So if you know me well, then you know that I'm pretty much all about fighting sports. I love the UFC, I love boxing. I don't love all boxers, and I don't love all UFC fighters. But the thing is, I still love the sport. It's just like, I know it's like, oh, it's mindless violence. But I feel like it's one of the purest sports. It's like, there's no like home field advantage, and there's no like playoff advantage. There's nothing like that. You just get in there, and whoever fights better wins. And for the simple purity of the sport, I think is one of the superior forms of sports. So imagine my surprise when I find out that Logan Paul and KSI are gonna have a legitimate boxing match here in just like a week or so. Like, okay, let's just talk about how I feel about both of these people going in. I find KSI to be just a horrible entertainer. He's one of the worst content creators. He's like bottom of the. I don't get enjoyment from anything on his channel. He's just obnoxious and he's loud and he's like, oh yeah, mate, and I hate that. I hate content that's like that. And he does it unironically. If I'm ever gonna scream at you, it's probably just to make fun of people that scream at you. And I'm sorry in advance for ever doing that, but I don't consider KSI to be a content creator. I just think he's a professional noisemaker. He's gotten into all these beefs with all these YouTubers that don't ever amount to anything. That's why I'm glad that YouTube boxing is now a thing, because now if you're beefing with this other creator, you can settle it. You can settle it the regular way, and it's cool. But at the same time, it's like nobody really considers KSI to be, a good YouTuber. Like probably not even very much of a good person in real life. And then you have, Logan Paul. Now, I have disliked Logan Paul ever since Vine. I never enjoyed him, even back in like 2013 when he would just pop a split in the middle of the street. I'm like, why are you doing that? There's no need to be doing that. But it's just clearly gotten worse over the years. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and go through everything that he's done that's terrible. But if you've been on YouTube for any number of years, then you've probably heard about Logan Paul multiple times, and his brother Jake, who I do consider to be worse, but Logan's not much better. But I've seen things from Logan that do lead me to believe that he does have like wrestling and gymnastics experience, and I don't know about KSI. I don't know if he's experienced, but if he's not, then I hope that he's training enough. I actually hope that they're both training enough. I'm not even gonna talk about how Logan Paul said he wants to fight a UFC fighter, but my thing is about this fight and this fight alone. YouTube is making such a big thing about it. Like, they're even charging an $8 pay-per-view, which of course I'm going to be paying because I always pay when I watch a fighting sport. But the thing is, I don't see this being an $8 fight. And I know it's not just Logan versus KSI. I know their brothers are also fighting, but they're the main card. That's what everybody's there for. And I just don't see it being an actual fight. Like, I get the feeling that Logan Paul is going to dismantle KSI. In fact, I'm willing to say within the first 3 rounds, it's going to be over. And sure, I'll eat my words if I'm wrong. But I just don't see it being an actual fight. And the thing that leads me to believe that is watching their press conferences. The American press conference went just fine, but when they went to London for the press conference, the people outside were just mobbing the Paul brothers, and inside they were chanting like slurs and insults about Logan Paul's girlfriend and stuff. And when you're trash talking at a conference, it's supposed to be about you and your opponent. Like with the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather thing. I'm not sure if I played a clip of it or not, but Conor was coming after him for being, like short or being bald or being an older guy. And Floyd was coming after him for being, Irish and having L's on his record and not even being a real boxer and stuff like that. And that's wholesome. That's good. That stuff works. You're supposed to be insulting the person that you're fighting, not their family, not their friends, not their girlfriends. That's just childish. And throughout both boxing and the UFC, I have noticed that whoever is more personal and whoever's more childish when it comes to the trash talking at the conferences is usually the one that ends up taking the L. So if you look at what exactly KSI was saying about Logan, that had nothing to do with whether or not the fight was going to go down well or not. It's just KSI looks like a kid, and Logan is just trying to get a word in because it's a press conference for 2 people that are fighting, and Logan can't speak. It's just he doesn't get a chance to talk. So for that reason alone, well, not just that reason alone, I don't know why I said that, I feel like Logan's going to win the fight. I do. It's like you trash talk all this types of craziness, and twice the pride, double the fall, whatever. You just end up losing. And I do respect that Logan didn't just sit there and let himself get bullied that entire time. He's like, you know what? The fight's August 21st. Watch it. I'm out of here. It's like, that's probably what I would have done too. Because I'm not going to sit here promoting a fight and just get my entire life insulted. You know, that's not how that works. Like, I don't know. There's supposed to be a level of sportsmanship when it comes to these fighting sports because they're the purest of all sports. So it's just like, why are people, I don't know. But the Logan Paul KSI fight, you're going to be watching it. What do you think? Comment below, let me know. And as always, just click on the screen. And I'll see you later. Probably tomorrow. Probably never. I don't know. I need to stop. I need to sleep more. You ever realize that you don't like get enough sleep? You know, like you go to bed at 3 and then you wake up at 7 and you feel refreshed until like 2 hours later and you're just like, oh, I have a headache and my back hurts, my muscles are sore. I should have slept a little longer. This is a reward to you guys that that decided to stay and listen for even longer than I would recommend. You guys are the real troopers, the real champions. I appreciate you guys to no end.